Amanda Lutvey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Just As Planned TV show and podcast. I am your host, or one of your hosts for this season. My name is Amanda, and you probably all know by now, I'm from Marry Me Amanda. And today I am so excited because I get to introduce you to one of our industry greats. So let me talk you through. So I'm going to introduce you to Melissa Neville from Missy's Magic Styles. Missy's Magic Styles is a mobile hairdressing service, and it's renowned for its profound community impact. Melissa works, I keep going to call you Missy, Melissa, but Melissa works all over the ACT and New South Wales. She's got over 10 years experience, and she passionately serves a really diverse group of people. So, and it's her clients include palliative care clients, special needs individuals, and the elderly. And her services range from haircuts, often at discounted prices, to providing that companionship, advocacy, and support that often our diverse groups of people in the community and vulnerable people in the community really need. And despite struggling with dyslexia herself, Melissa's tireless efforts are changing lives. She's fostering dignity and community spirit, and she is a sought after figure not only in the wedding industry but all through the community for her services. So in 2023, Melissa was actually granted an honourable mention as a woman to watch in London. She's won numerous business awards, and I can't wait to dive into that. But welcome to the show, Melissa. Thank you for joining me. There goes your phone. There goes your phone. It's all good.
I did turn it off, but it's just let's
so
hide it in a cupboard or a drawer. It's crazy.
And I love that you're coming to us live from your office, because it shows the craziness that is the entrepreneur's life, right?
Yeah, we've got kids' food to the left. We've got everything. But then we've got the grab and go bags behind me, and there's a number of them. Yeah.
No, I love that.
It's crazy. I'm a real person, which people don't realize that I am on the go all the time.
No, I love it. I love having you here, and I can't wait to chat. So, but look, let's start with a little bit about your journey. Where did Missy's Magic Styles come from? How did it all start for you?
I was working for a salon, and my husband is a frontline paramedic. So between the two of us, we cross-pollinate really, really a heap. Plus having 3 boys, our life is not the norm. So I started Missy's, 12 years ago. And within 3 months, I was booked. And now I've got bookings until 2027. So I am sought after and abnormal. Even accountants don't know how to manage my accounts. There's some major things happening everywhere, but it's good. And I just started for the little people. Like, I thought, well, I'll just start with the elderly. And within 3 months, I was booked 12 months to 2 years in advance, just with the elderly bookings that didn't want to miss out on having that hour with me a day. And
I love that.
And you just grew.
Your wedding hair is amazing. You have to check out Missy's online presence, your Instagram, your Facebook, to see some of your wedding hairstyles, and just, absolutely incredible. But look, before we get into chatting everything weddings, I wanted to talk about the important work you do with the most vulnerable in our community. Tell us a bit about that. I'm imagining that you do more than just offer a haircut when you go and see your clients.
Yeah. I can be in dramatic moments with 10 or so nurses telling me to shave someone's head off, to turning around and stating to them, would you like your head shaved? So the dignity of me is every face has a story, if only you listen, but also giving that person her dignity back. So another client today I'm visiting today, because she has no family in ACT. I have done a service for her, but today I'm going to surprise her and just turn up. So the gift of giving is probably what I'd say. And my brides basically pay to have me for the best day of their life, but that then gets put into the community somehow.
Yeah, I love that. So you basically reinvest the money that you make through the weddings that you do into supporting those who really need it.
Yeah, or like my kids would value from it if I didn't do community, and they say it daily. But I think me and my husband are here to teach our kids that you don't give like get. You actually give back just as much as you can give. So educating people in the community that just because you're one person, you can change thousands of lives just within minutes of just going and doing something different.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't know, we bring our kids up to be like that. Like I could be out of money because being a service provider, it costs us a lot to run a small business. But then I could be, oh my God, I've got no money for fuel 1 week. And I just say to my kids, no lunch orders, or sorry, we're not doing anything this week. We're just going to stay home and relax, because, yeah, it can change your lifestyle. Even though my husband's a frontline paramedic, I'm very independent, that I want to use my money, not his. And the kids get to learn to adapt to it too. So it's not just learning to help and support somebody less fortunate. It's also educating others that if I can do it on the less money, then anyone else can too.
Yeah, it's such an important message. And how do people link into you with your community work? Like, how do you know who to visit?
Well, it gets limited. So first in best dressed is my way, and the regulars that I have, which are people that have got MS, or the palliative jobs are my priority. So palliative care, I'll go and do their last requests, which is probably the hardest job of my life, but the most rewarding, because the people just, I don't know, they're different. I had a woman say to me once, I touched her on the shoulder and I was just about to cut her hair, and she was angry and she was cranky at the world. But I touched her on the shoulder and she bawled her eyes out and said, you're the first person in 19 months or 18 months to touch me. And it's like, that broke my heart to know that she's been prodded and poked and no one offered to even touch her or give her a cuddle. So coming back to the humane side of life.
And that's the thing is, I was just going to say, as human beings, we're wired for connection, aren't we? And, you know, it doesn't matter how hardened a person may be through what they've been through. We all need a hug at some point.
Yeah. And to know that she was happy to see me again and rebook, but unfortunately passed. I don't know what's more valuable, having that time with her and getting to know her, or losing her and appreciating what we did have for a day. So, or a family member ringing me 5 years later and goes, can I add you to Facebook because you changed my mum's life? You got a photographer in, you got makeup in. She had her colour done in a nursing home of palliative care. And today, those photos are what we look at mum with every day, the fun day that she had the day before she died. So
I love that.
it's touching years back. So, best and worst days of people's lives.
You are an amazing lady. And look, you're an advocate for so many kids and adults with special needs and your elderly clients. But tell us a little about the advocacy side of things. Like, what you talked about educating the community. What do you want everyone to know about, whether it's elderly, people with special needs, people in palliative care?
Just smile, say hello. Like, it's not rocket science. Or don't push them off like they're nothing.
Yeah.
Because I was that kid that you're not going to do anything. You're not going to change things, or you're not going to be anything. Look at me now. I've done my degree in hairdressing. I'm an advocate for people less fortunate. I'm top of my game on everything I touch, but I'm still down to heart that I'll go to the community haircut, which is someone's grandma in the wedding industry or something, or auntie. And they're my, I don't know, heart and soul now. Like, they're my family. That it might be someone else's auntie or mother, but to me it's Missy's family. So you never know who you run into. Even at a nursing home the other day, I said hello to a father and a daughter, and I'm like, hi, how you going? But it was actually the grandfather and the daughter, like the granddaughter. And I've turned around, I said hi to him, and they were sanitizing, and then we walked in the room. And they were actually my clients' family.
Wow. Yeah.
So everything spins a lot with me, and it's the less fortunate people that I see that I connect with before I even get in their room sometimes.
Yeah. It's such important work that you do.
It's just different.
Really is.
Like anyone can do stuff like this.
Yeah. And that's a great message as well. Like, look for ways that you can actually contribute to community, isn't it? So, but look, you also do wedding hair. And as I said, I was looking at your Instagram and some of your styles. You've done one of the up ones with pearls, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. But tell me about wedding hair. Like, I've got so many questions. I know the brides out there have got so many questions. Where do we even start? But what advice would you give to a bride when she's considering where to start with hair? Is it actually talking to the hairdresser first?
Well, it's getting to the point in ACT that we book out fast if we're known. So a lot of the girls, I say, if you book your venue and your date, get your hairdresser and makeup artist, because we are going that quickly. I've got bookings till 2027, which people go, how can you book that far? Well, I'm booking it and I'm hoping I'm still okay. But I think hair and makeup is becoming very, very popular. But every service in the wedding industry is that the sooner you book your favorites, the more chances you are of getting them. Where I think these books that say 6 months, 12 months, I disagree on all of them. I am out of the shelf that people come to me through word of mouth or from the website, and I just say book everything as soon as you can. Just get that small deposit in. Even if they have to put 5% each week before they're locked in and they've paid the 10% or the 20%. Make sure you get your people as soon as possible, because all these books lie because obviously celebrants go so quick now too. And it's the favorites. And if you see your regular ones on Instagram, Facebook, Abia Weddings or Easy Weddings, you know that they're gospel and they're 100% in the services because they're seen more than once. And you're going to get people that drop out if you get them from just community pages, because daily, weekly, I get someone's pulled out. I've got 200 supporters around me with small businesses that will pick up a bride, and I'll just say, look, I need a makeup artist, a hairdresser. Hairdressers aren't competition to me. They are like my best friends. Like, are you free or are you handy? I've got one that needs help. And a bride the other day had nothing, and she's left it so late and she's in tears, and everyone goes, no, sorry, booked, and hangs up. Doesn't even talk to the person. And I've spent, I don't know, 20 minutes with someone the other day, and we did a whole wedding in 10 minutes. And it was like, wow, I should have rang you first. But I said, no, please don't tell people to ring me.
But that's the thing, isn't it? And I think important message from that, us vendors know other vendors in our area, and we can recommend people we've worked with in the past, and we only recommend those who we highly recommend. You know, we know that they're going to come through for you. So
exactly. 100%.
But and we are all booking up so quickly. Goodness me. I just had my first 2027 booking or inquiry come through. So there you go. I'm not as booked as you are, I don't think. But yeah, it is crazy. And it is, you know, the popular dates. I think ACT is a little bit different to Queensland. We have our season, but it's all year now.
Same. Yeah, same. We're exactly the same as you, because I'm also doing people in Perth and sending them to people in Perth and Queensland, because a lot of our people go to your states as well. So you never know when a Canberra person's in Queensland. Not Queensland. I went to Queensland last week.
So I wanted to ask you are all over the place. But I wanted to ask you, so what if I've got a bridal party, there's myself as a bride, I've got 4 bridesmaids, and they've all got completely different hair. We've got short, we've got long, we've got bobs. Is that okay? Like, do you just bring it on? I love it.
Bring it on. I say to brides, it's up to you. It's your day. If you want them all looking the same, we can do it. But if you've got girls that have got long hair, short hair, we can make it look similar, but not exact. But be honest to yourself what you want first. Be honest with your girls, and they're human too. They're not a structure figure that you're going to make them have their hair all off their face? Are they going to feel uncomfortable? So I bring it back to each person in the chair, that how would that person like to feel? So when I'm doing bridal trials, I just explain, I can teach you the veil, I can teach you the pins, I can give you extra help with the girls. Also bring a couple of photos of what the girls like, and we get an idea of what everyone likes. And then the bride can pick on the day. So it's not putting pressure on her as well, because she's got too much and it's too out of place. The bride I've got tomorrow is amazing. Like, she's out of town, hasn't had trials, just trusting me by the gauntlet. And I'm like, let's run with this. But the styles have been beautiful that she's sent, and they've pretty much planned it. So it's just doing what they ask.
You know, the thing that's interesting, isn't it? I think when you've got an experienced vendor like yourself, so if you have someone who's been doing this for 12 years, like, just put your trust in the person as well. But also, you want your bridesmaids to be feeling amazing on the day, because they're going to carry themselves. If they look great in the dress and you've, done a hairstyle that complements their uniqueness, they're just going to feel so good and carry themselves so tall down the aisle, aren't they?
Yeah, and the same as celebrants. If you've found a celebrant that suits you with your personality and willing to give the time to get to know them, people speak highly of them. So by the time they get to me, I know who the celebrant is, I know who the photographer is, because they've got the joy and everything before they actually get their trials. So I love that part, that they're trusting their vendors.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And so how long do you estimate per person? Like, if someone's doing a timeline, weddings at 3:00, what time do you start doing hair and makeup if there's 5?
I always say an hour per person, but I allow an hour and a half for the bride. But that, in saying that, I am quick because we do it so frequently. I will then do touch-ups at the end. So, and I'll allow an hour to 2 hours for photos or for getting dressed. And I'm very OCD that this is what I'm going to do. Now you can figure out your run sheets. And that way I'm prepared and I don't worry about anything else, but I've allowed the time for them beforehand. So when they book me originally, I book a long time out and I just say, this is your time. We can do whatever. And if someone doesn't like their hair, like I've had a lot of people say that they've pulled someone's hair out and then gone to charge them for their second hairstyle. And I'm like, no, this is not what we do in our industry. Thanks. Like, we're there as service providers to give them what they want. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff that you hear as well. And I like jingle and go, nah, you can't do it.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair enough. You want them to be happy at the end of the day, don't you? But as you said, look the best they've ever looked. So what are you seeing? What's trending this year? Is it up styles, down styles, or is everyone completely different?
Everyone's been different, but the Hollywood waves are still going to crash the market. The bows, I'm excessive and compulsive about the bows because I wear bows and have done for 20-something years being an ex-dancer. And I'm loving that we're seeing bows come through. But yeah, and also the bling's back again, having bling in the hair. So once the veil's been removed, we're seeing a bit of bling, which is beautiful at reception.
Yeah. I love that. I'm loving the bow trend. How good is the bows?
Gorgeous. And then the other day I got called to the Arboretum in Canberra. I had 3 weddings that day, and this bride rings me and her best friend's a hairdresser and said, can you cut my hair off between my reception and the service? And I'm like, well, why don't you get your best friend? She's a hairdresser. Oh, she wants to start a business. And I said, okay, let's get an ABN and let's get us sorted in business and we'll get a business sorted. Now, liability insurance is expensive for our small businesses, and because of the places we go. Now, I'll go to Parliament House, I'll do Jackie Lambie, or I'll do well-known people, but I've never been asked for my liability insurance to go and cut someone's hair at a reception venue. So it was really different experience. But the best friend said, not cutting it, not under that pressure, and not with 20 minutes. But we did it. And the photographer was one of my other photographers that I know. And he's like, oh, I thought you were just a guest and rah, rah, rah. And then when she came out and they did the first look of her hair being chopped off, he just went, yeah, it has to be Missy in the room that did it. So, and then the bride said, Mum doesn't know, so I'm out of there. So I'm like, I'm out before the mother walks in. So I didn't even stay to see what Mum said to the bride. I just went, I'm out. So
that's crazy. That is crazy. But I love it.
I do crazy things, but that was under the pump and from long to short, before and after styles. I haven't put the photos up yet because they're not the best, but yeah, it's been an eventful year of changes.
I just love it. And so I love that story, and I'm imagining that you have so many stories of, bridal makeovers and whatever. Share another story with us. Tell us have you got a favorite one, a favorite bride that you've done?
Hundreds. That's hard. And my brides know me so well, so it's like, okay, I'll do this morning. I got to clip it on my Instagram page that just flipped up, and here I am in tears. It was a bride from 10 years ago. And I did a wedding hair, and it's her 10-year anniversary today. So I said, congratulations. And then I asked, if you want to put a clip up, I'll put a clip up on my Instagram. And she goes, hell yeah. She's sending me all these clips. So it happens when you least expect it. So today's clip on my Instagram is actually my bride 10 years ago on her 10-year anniversary. And we're still connected. And and because her grandmother had passed, all I could remember was that. So I had tears remembering the day. So if I have that emotion, same with Nikki, she'd have exactly the same.
You know the thing, what I find in this industry is that people, getting to meet people like you is amazing, but we all truly care. Like we love our couples. And we love them long after. It's almost like it's sad the day that the wedding day for me is amazing, but then I don't get to hang out with them anymore and we're not messaging back and forwards. It's almost like this sad breakup with our couples, right? Because we're finished.
I don't have many breakups. Most of mine message me. Yeah, look, it's a year on, and they'll send me clippets. So I don't know. And Canberra's smaller than most places. But because of how unique I am, I will message my brides hundreds of times beforehand. I'll have brides at 3 o'clock the morning of the wedding. Oh my God, I saw you up. It's the day. I get to meet you. And I don't know, it's just humbling to know that our clients become our friends.
Yeah, it so is.
I don't know. I'm in touch with them too much.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And tell me, now, Melissa, you juggle so many things. You've obviously got your community work, you've got your wedding hair, and you have 3 boys and a family and a house to run. Like, how do you do it all?
And a frontline worker.
Yes, and I imagine that shift work and stuff as well. So how do you do it all?
Fly by my pants, hope for the best, and then just see what we can do. I'm very organised, very OCD, that I've got everything planned out. My nanny or my mum, I'm like, the day of, oh my God, I didn't message you. Is it still okay to babysit the boys? So I have a great team around me, great supporting network, and the community around me is also great. So I'm also a canteen convener. So I just love people and bringing people in and making sure people are connected. So, and that was the award for community connection, that I'm involved in a lot of stuff. But I think it's just, I don't want that little person sitting away at the corner and not having a talk, or I don't want to have the bridesmaid that's scared, anxiety, all that. I basically bring them under my wing and take them for the day. And even though the day is over, you see these introverted girls become extroverted girls just by the process. So it's beautiful. But you just make it work.
Yeah. And you know what? Spoken like a true woman in business, an entrepreneur, and you're an award-winning one at that. So how do we get in touch with you, whether we're ACT brides or New South Wales brides? Is it best to have a look at your socials?
Socials, emails, whatever. I'm pretty easy-go-lucky. They come from all areas. So ABR, weddings, easy weddings, if it's a wedding. Then there's my own website, and then Hotmail. There's everything on my email system as well, and phone numbers randomly on everything. The internet.
Well, we will make sure that we have Missy's Magic Styles and all of your connection links when we go live with this podcast. And I am so thrilled to have chatted to you today. You're doing amazing work, and it's just it's really been an honor just to chat and hear more about your story.
Yeah, I love it. And Amanda, I've met you probably 12 months ago now, so it's been exciting. I was in your book probably 12 months ago in your magazine. So I'm Melissa Missy. So
fabulous.
It's amazing to finally meet you and what you're doing for our wedding industry. It's massive. And Nathan as well. Two amazing people bringing the weddings to light.
Yeah, you probably met Christine, because Christine is our owner, founder, but I am involved as well as Nathan. So but it's wonderful to have you here. And thank you so much, Melissa. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that your client who you are going to visit today, and we mentioned prior to us getting on here on live today that you were taking a white rose to leave with your client, and I hope that she really appreciates that and loves that, because it's such a beautiful thing that you're doing. And it's been an honor chatting.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Talk soon. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Justice Planned Weddings podcast. Please like and subscribe to let us know that you want more videos just like this one. And of course, please follow us on our socials at Justice Planned Wedding on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more expert insights to help your wedding go just as planned.